Um, those are pretty big. I was surprised.
Yeah.
We saw all kinds of raptors. We saw, I'm trying to think. Okay, they let us hold the sloths. Oh my gosh, they were so sweet.
What was it?
Sloths. These little guys. I got to hold these little sloths. They use them they're like playthings.
Puppy dogs.
Yeah,
Kitty cat.
yeah, it's awesome.
Do you want cleaner water yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to that.
Ready?
Thanks, yeah. Thank you.
One thing about them, they don't run away quickly either.
No, they don't. They're pretty much still. We got to dance with the whole tribe, you know. They would come and pick you up, and we would dance in their tribal dances, and it was just mind-boggling. They took us out into the jungle at night. He did a night hike.
Oh, wow.
Our little guide, he took a stick, and we all have our flashlight. There are only 8 of us that were brave enough to go. He had a flashlight, and he was digging in this hole, and I said, "What are we looking for?" He goes, "The pink-toed tarantula." I went, "Seriously? That's what we're looking for? Are you sure we want to find him and dig him out of this hole?" "Oh, yeah." So we did that. That was pretty cool.
Did you find him?
We did, and he really did have pink toes.
Oh, my gosh.
He really did have pink toes. Okay, so there's an eye. Now, I lost a little bit of the highlight right there. So I may have to try to come back and lift some of that out. But yeah, it was like a trip of a lifetime. I mean, I've never been.
That'd be wonderful.
It was.
Yeah.
We did a cooking class and learned how to make Peruvian food.
How many days were you there?
17.
Wow, that's great.
I mean, so you really had an opportunity to get up close and personal. You know, I painted, in fact, I'll show you real quick. I painted some on location. If you don't know about this, this is a very cool sketchbook. I mean, because I'm crawling in and out of boats.
Oh, my goodness.
And the
Look at
cool thing
that.
is when you're done, I mean, those little
How about
parakeets were
that?
great. Then you can stand it up at your house. It's not stuck in some drawer somewhere. So that's all I had time to paint that day. I mean, they didn't leave you, and so many ginger plants and bromeliads and orchids, and it was just so awesome. But we were painting out, we were walking in the jungle at night, on a moonless night, and all the sounds were just, it was scary cool. Scary cool. Okay, let's see here. What do I want? Let's get that other eye in there so you don't think he's one-eyed alpaca.
So do the wild creatures that we're all afraid of in the jungle at night, do they just avoid you?
Well, like, we came across a little pier, and there was this beautiful frog, and the guy's got his light on. He goes, "Look at this frog." He goes, "Don't get too close. These are the poison ones that they make the darts out of." I went, "You could have started with that and led with that little bit of knowledge." But yeah, I mean, there's still panthers and you know, alligators and. We were walking on this pier, and it didn't look like a real sturdy pier to me. And he says, "Hey, take your flashlight and shoot it over there." And there's all these eyes.
Oh, gosh.
Those are all large gators. Okay, good. Good. And it sounds just like you hear it. I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. I recorded it. It's just pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
You pay by the hour or by the sketch?
Huh?
Do you pay by the hour or by the photo?
Oh, you know, there'll be a little something extra in your Christmas
Okay.
stocking.
Oh.
The start of it too.
It was amazing. I got to see the Southern Cross.
Cool.
I didn't even think about that, but got to see the Southern Cross. That was neat.
Is this thing actually taking a picture like every second or?
It's less than a second. In fact, we'll stop it in just a minute and let you look. Because it's like, there might be 8 seconds worth of film on there. It's fast. It's like, and I don't know how to slow it down yet. I haven't learned how to do that.
Okay, somebody asked about, you could do the same thing with watercolor pigment or acrylic pigment in the bottles with the spray, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. But this is permanent color, and I thought, I'm just gonna throw this away anyway. Will it work? I think it does.
So your permanent colors don't pick up when you paint over them. It's like a stain.
Right.
When I first took classes with Cheryl, she had stains that we did basically the same thing with.
Yeah, we did that. That was those, who made those?
I don't know, they were hard to get though.
Sargent, and their student level grade paints.
That's the difference in using a stain or ink like that over watercolors, because if you paint over the watercolor, it'll lift it off your paper.
Yeah, it'll come off.
This doesn't. Once that stain or that color's on there, it stays.
But it's still pretty transparent.
Yeah. You can paint over it without it lifting that color.
Right.
How about light fastness? Is that gonna last?
It's gonna last as long as I'm gonna last, and I'll be
Yeah.
dead and then things sue somebody else. That's kind of how I figure about it.
That's right.
I don't know the answer, and really, because I don't know that anybody else has done this. Maybe, I haven't seen if anybody else has done it. So I'm really, and I've literally left this out in the sun, open sun, to see how it fades off, and it's still pretty bright,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
What's so neat about it is you can get your lights and brights and dark. all-
Pretty quick, pretty
Yeah.
quick.
And it stays, it doesn't go away.
So what I'm gonna do is leave y'all some to play with, a couple of bottles. And it mixes pretty nicely with the watercolor.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I like how soft it is. little darker over here. Somebody asked me about this brush that I'm using. It says George O'Keeffe. I got this at the George O'Keeffe Museum, and it's a pencil. She was sharp on one end, and it's still a pretty good brush on the other. It was like $4.95.
The one in Santa Fe?
Yeah. In fact, I planned to go to New Mexico because I really haven't had my fix. I usually go in October.
Should go to the Bloom Fest.
Oh, yeah, wouldn't that be great? And I just got a jury summons for federal jury duty in October. That goes on, where the one of those you have to call in every morning and see if you have to go downtown. I'm real excited.
Windows fast on tabs sometimes.
I know, y'all need a little bottom lip here, don't you? Space is still too fat. Let's make it thinner. No, it's not very accurate. So I hope I get to go. Somebody said, you know, it's like 15 counties, it's federal, so I may be on a grand jury, so I don't know. We'll see how that works. Okay, so there's lots of stuff that's happening down here, but I'm going to go darker. I use a little alizarin crimson and quinacridone purple. A little cobalt violet. Okay, well, why are you using such a big brush? Well, because if you manipulate that brush, you can get some pretty smooth lines and some very small. Look at that, look how that's blending right there, and you're still seeing it come through. I don't want your wife mad at me if this gets on her shirt.
Just autograph it, it'll be okay.
There you go.
Shirt by Cheryl.
And let's see what happens with a little salt in that area.
So does that make a mixed media?
80% water based.
Salt is legal.
It won't be there when she's done anyway. You brush
See what
it
is
away.
happening here? I'm gonna go all these great textures in here.
Does the salt affect the paper much?
No, in fact, all this, I'll show you some salt in here. Okay, yeah. All this is from salt. Now, the trick here was leaving it alone. That was the first layer And I'll pass that around, let y'all look at it. The trick was leaving it alone. I literally was hoping that somebody would come and slap my hand so that I would not get back into it, because I think that's probably one of the most beautiful parts of the whole painting. But how many times have we put down something beautiful and then just painted right over it?
Just
And going, God, I really wish I left that
Inspired me
alone.
to paint. I want to paint. Got that.
Are you inspired?
Oh, yes.
You've got to be inspired. Look at the color in that, okay? You're getting some great value change in there. And we're going to do some of that same great color over here. Because unless I go dark over here, he's not going to look like a light alpaca. I'll show you a trick here. So I'm going to put the color down first. Oh, look at that. That's called leave it alone, Cheryl. Leave it alone.
I do the same thing.